Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Ian Shikino. Today I'm not going to actually do like a cast of a game, like a shoutcast of a game. I'm just going to show you a strategy that somebody posted on StarCraft Reddit. And I think his name was Wes, or his BNet ID was Wes. Anyways, he posted like 3 or 4 replays, I think. And it was I saw it and I'm like, wow, that's a pretty cool strategy. I'm going to give it a shot. So this is my first attempt at it. And my opponent is like some 1900 Protoss player. But anyway, it revolves around a proxy hatchery. So we'll see what's going on here. So we have my overload coming out, and you want to get up to about, I think I get up to like 14 food, but I like to scout with my drone at 10, and you'll see why in a second. So I want to scout with my probe at my 10th food of my 10th probe, or not drone, sorry, my drone at 10 food. But I'm just going to get out some drones and get up to 14 food, and then I'm going to make my first building. So he's going to come down here and scout, and at the same time my opponent is scouting me, and he's going to look around, he's going to be like, now where the hell is that spawning pool? He's like, okay, there's a spawning pool, cool. So I throw it on my spawning pool as soon as I get 200 minerals after I get 14 food, and I go up there, scout his base, and of course what do I see? I see a gateway and a pylon, and all Protoss, or all mostly good Protoss players, wall off against Zerg. And this is the key to the strategy, is they always build their, gateway, maybe a second gateway, or gateway in a forge, or gateway in a cybernetics core up front, keep the pylon in the back just for defense. And here we have the exact same thing, pretty predictable from Protoss players, the same way against Zerg. Terran players will wall off also. But you see right here, I built my expansion at his natural. Now he's over here scouting. He's got his probe denying my expansion. He's thinking, okay, he's going to expand here pretty soon, more than likely. And I haven't done anything. I made one more drone. I think I made one more drone. Yeah. Now I'm just going to make a bunch of Zerglings. Just continue to make Zerglings, throw up my queen. And I'm going to send all these Zerglings down here. And at the same time, I think it's about, depending on the map rush distance, I send about 3 or 4 drones from my main to my expansion. And you'll see what they do here in a second. So my opponent doing pretty much standard stuff here, chrono boosting, getting at that stalker pretty quick, has a zealot in a really good spot defending it. And he still is not aware of this because most players don't scout their own expansions for Zerg bases. Now, of course, the downside for the strategy is if they do scout you, you can see how vulnerable this is right now. They got the zealot here, and my base is right here, and the stalker's out. He could easily come and attack this. Of course, I've got the Zerglings out, but these 2 units could more than enough deal with this. But this does finish, and now as soon as this finishes, I'm going to build the queen at it, and you'll see why. But the whole time I'm just using this queen, doing mass injections, and he is up here looking around. He still doesn't see my expansion, and you can see from his vision, he's going to soon see the creep come into his vision. So there we have the creep finally sticking to his vision. But I bring down these drones. I bring down 4 drones, and I'm throwing down spine crawlers, and I'm just transferring a whole bunch of Zerglings from my main. And I think I'm only using like 1 drone here to one drone here to mine. The point of this base isn't to mine; it's just to generate creep, let you build a queen here, and give you position so you can place spine crawlers, and you just push the spine crawlers straight into his base. Now at this point, the opponent, if he hasn't scouted you, is going to think, okay, what am I going to do? Well, you have 2 options. You can either turtle extremely well and maybe get some type of tech units and do some harassing, do quick DTs, something like that, just play defensive. But of course, your other option besides playing defensive is playing offensive and just attacking. Now, whenever you're against an opponent who has like 3 or 4 spine crawlers here to base, that's not what you want to attack. You'll see right here, he figures out that that's way too many spine crawlers to attack, and especially with these Zerglings, it's just not going to work out. So first thing I did with this queen is throw down a creep tumor, and this creep tumor is going to allow you to get your creep close enough to its base so you can slowly walk your spine crawlers up just 1 at a time. Maybe you can make 1 or 2 more just depending on how much money you have, but I even make another queen so I can do transfusions onto my spine crawlers to heal them. Now eventually, whenever you get enough money, and after you built your spine crawlers, throw down an extractor so you can get 100 gas to make metabolic boost just so you can use your Zerglings. But anyway, he pushes out here, and as soon as he pushes out, that's whenever he's the weakest. That's whenever you take your Zerglings, hit in his base, and do a whole bunch of damage. Right now, he made a decision. Alright, I'm going to go attack. I'm going to try and take out his base. But here's the great thing about this strategy. Here's the great thing about Zerg in general, is that if you're a base up against your opponent, you want to trade bases. And here he's laughed to see the creep outside his base. He's a pretty good mannered player considering I basically like cheesed him here. But anyway, so the thing I was saying is Zerg you want to have a base above on your opponent, so that way, whenever you trade bases, you are still at 1 base in my situation, and he is at 0 bases. So trading bases is exactly what you want to do with your opponent. And of course, Protoss players cannot fly their warp gates away, so this definitely, I don't think, would work against Terran as well. But so because he can't move his buildings, he's got his warp gate out front, he's got his cybernetics core out front, and these are close enough for my spine crawlers to just attacking his base here. Also, what you can do is, maybe push spine crawlers up over here and then bring your overlord in to provide vision for the high ground. But basically, I think the best way to defend against at least any cheese is just scouting. You have to scout all the time. Just be so proactive about scouting. That is the best way to deal with cheese. And of course, the second best way to deal with this, at least this strategy, is besides scouting, is I think the best way to deal with it is just to turtle and maybe tech to some type of DTs and just use the harassing on here, or maybe even tech up to like a 4 gate and put some cannons up in your base. Maybe put like 3 cannons in your base, fast tech to blink stalkers or something. But the thing that makes a strategy so good is that it's people aren't used to it, and these strategies come and go, as you know. So I just wanted to have some Zerg players to have something cool maybe to try out. And for the Protoss players, be aware that if you if you have a base spawning outside of yours and you've got spine crawlers there, that this is probably what they're going to be doing. And I hope you enjoyed the replay. Enjoyed my first game. If you want me to cast some more of my games, I'll happily do that. But this was not really just a show of my skill, but more just of a cool strategy that I saw somebody post. But anyway, credit to Wes for bringing this to my attention, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.